Welcome to the Action Playbook. I'm Jason Fox.
And I'm Coach Robin.
And we're helping leaders take action in life and business. All right, that's enough oddities. We always start these podcasts off a little bit odd. Odd fellows. Pack it off.
We are indeed. Pair of odd fellows.
Indeed we are, indeed. Diddly doodly. Episode 21, the Action Playbook. Today, AIDA. AIDA. Robin, tell me more.
Yeah, AIDA. AIDA is an acronym, and it's also a model for creating really good, effective marketing content. So A is attention, I, interest, D, desire, and A, our favorite word,
Apple.
action.
Oh, I thought yours was Apple.
Second favorite is Apple.
Oh, you've switched it out. Okay.
Yeah. So in this day and age, there's information flowing so fast. It's coming at us at every angle all day long, right? And marketing. So how do we stand out? Well, one of the ways is to make sure that we grab someone's attention. Now, in the digital space, I think down to something like 0.2 seconds. I don't know if you know.
To get someone's attention?
Yeah.
So you need a bikini-clad lady on a supercar.
Yeah.
Bang. Oh, what's this?
That's you.
Oh, it's not everyone?
Not everyone.
That won't appeal to the woman? Sorry,
I'm not going to go there. I won't answer that. Yeah, I mean, the point is there's like a super highway of marketing messaging coming at us all day long. You spend 5 minutes online on any platform, and you've probably seen a number of ads, right? And so the first thing is, how do we make ourselves stand out in the super highway of marketing messaging that's happening all around us? And one of the first things is we create an attention-grabbing headline.
Okay.
So the people who do this really well is those. Have you seen clickbait? You know what clickbait is, eh?
I do.
So those clickbait people do it really well. Have you seen what Brad Pitt looks like today?
Yeah.
It's like, what? What happened to Brad Pitt? I want to go and see.
Shocking news. Brad Pitt's new nose. What do you mean his new nose?
See what Brad Pitt's child looks like today.
Yeah.
It grabs your attention, right? And so we're looking to do something like that with our marketing and our advertising. So, how do we grab someone's attention?
Yeah. So classic one, finance. No deposit finance or bad credit finance.
Zero interest.
Yeah. Zero interest. No, I'm not going that far.
Interest free.
Yeah. Does get the attention though.
Yeah, I mean, free. There's a whole study that's done on the word free, and free definitely grabs people's attention. Everybody likes a free thing, right? It doesn't matter how much it costs, but it creates FOMO. So free is a great tool to grab someone's attention. But either which way, it's got to be something that's relevant and yet still grabs their attention. Something that stands out from all the other messages that they hear. Like, I'll use an example, and I'll use my own example. We do the seminar called "What is the Canary in Your Business?"
Great seminar.
Eh?
Great seminar.
Yeah, it's fantastic. If you haven't been, you really should register. But the point there for me was, how can I make it stand out? Now, I could have said, 5 ways to great profits, or how to manage your business, all these really generic business messages. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's a snooze fest, and everyone that receives a call about that seminar has probably heard all of those: the 6 steps, the 6 keys, the 5 ways, the four steps. But when I changed it to what is the canary in your business, suddenly it got a lot more interest because it was different to all the other messages. There's a great book called Zag, and the principle of it is, when everybody zigs, you zag. That's how you grab someone's attention. When it's different, it stands out. So that's the first thing we need to do is, make sure that we've got an attention-grabbing headline. The next one is interest. Now, I'm going to stick on interest for a little bit because this is really important. Now, the interest is not what I'm interested in. The interest is, what are you interested in? What is your needs, wants, and desires?
Yeah.
And we've got to get that right. Otherwise, we lose the audience. We lose the reader, the viewer, however we're delivering this message.
You want to hold their attention.
You want to hold you've got their attention now, so that there's an emotion that's starting to build up. Remember, 80% of a buying decision is made on emotion. So the messaging really has to be emotional, invoking in how it's delivered.
The other beauty of that is the longer someone sits on your ad, all those zeros and ones in the background that are calculating it go, oh, this algorithm's good. This is getting people's attention, and it'll put it in front of more people.
Yeah.
So one, they stop on your ad and then they stay there. That's got to be good for you.
Yeah, exactly right. In the digital space, if somebody clicks, that's one way that you've grabbed their attention, and the other way would be how much time is spent in that space. And there's lots of tools that can tell you that. So we've grabbed their attention. So now they're asking themselves, what's in this for me? And so that's what the interest aspect is of AIDA. So AIDA is basically just a marketing model for messaging, whether it's advertising, blog posts, or digital posts. So coming back to AIDA, so we've now got the attention, we've gotten them to click to find out more. We're now letting them know what problem we're solving for them. That's the interest aspect of it. And then there's the desire. So you've got A, I, D, and A. D is for desire. The desire is how we can make your life easier. This is what we can do for you.
Yep.
But only once we've answered the question of what's in it for them. We deliver that message, desire, that's our offer, that's how we can solve this is how we can make it affordable, overcome their resistance, because not everybody is going to see that, is going to need it right now. They may not be in pain right now, but what you are doing is you're letting them know that this is a problem you can solve, and potentially could influence them into fast-tracking the decision of whether they should do it or not.
Yep.
And then ultimately it's, okay, I've got their attention, I've told them what I can do to help them, I've showed them how we do that, what we do to help them, and now it's action. And this is one aspect that I don't see enough of in advertising, in marketing, especially in the digital space. It's like, now what, right? Click here for more info, contact us, book an appointment, whatever it is, but a call to action.
Sure.
So people spend money on their marketing, they spend money advertising on various channels. And the simplest thing is like, I've created all of this, yes, okay, I'm ready to find out more, I'm ready to make a decision, but then there's nowhere to go after that.
Yeah, so that, and also, it's all good and well to say, call us now, but people want something for nothing, right? They want something free. So it's the click here and download the free 6 steps to your favourite pavlova, whatever it is that you're advertising. And they click there and they get that recipe, but in that, you've captured their data, so now they're on the mailing list, and you might have asked them to schedule a call, and they book a time. But that call to action, you give them something, they're far more likely to actually follow through with it, because, oh, yeah, that's actually cool. That's a great tool. I often get on people's mailing lists by getting their free something or other. So throwing that little call to action, but there's a little enticing, a little sweetener in there for them, far more likely to get it over the line.
Yeah. Yeah, because, FOMO, we mentioned earlier that the whole thing is about making sure we're reaching the emotional side of what it is that we're offering, reaching their emotional side, not ours, theirs. And FOMO is definitely an emotion that we see quite a lot of now, and we understand so much more with understanding how the brain functions. We understand FOMO as an emotion is really powerful.
Yep.
And so by making an offer of something that can add value for free, definitely getting them to, enticing them into taking action, click here, download, whatever that might be. The funneling process is there's a lot of attention being put onto that, and that's definitely one of the steps that you can put in place so that you move someone through from vaguely interested to, all right, I'm looking for more information, what can I do?
Yeah, because it is very hard to get someone to call you, unless is your house filling with water. We'll be around in 10 minutes with a bucket guaranteed to start emptying it out, then it's, I'll get around to that. Oh, maybe next time I see the ad. But when there's that, get this now free. Ooh, can't miss that opportunity. 20 minutes until this offer expires. 20% off on your first order. All those little things when you go online, they're all capturing you. Oh, I don't want to be on the mailing list. 20% off. I'm already on the website. Oh, that $100 is now $80. That's affordable. I might just buy that. Gotcha.
Yeah, well, that's actually a really good point too, because I've spoken about pain points and being in so much pain that I need a solution right now. So I thought I'd just share some statistics very quickly. So research done shows that only between 3 and 10% of your audience is actually ready to buy now.
Yeah.
And it's 3 to 10% because it varies from industry to industry. So, depending which industry you're in, you might be on the low side or the high side. Then there's another sort of 10 to 25% that are open to being persuaded.
Yep.
And there's about a 40 to 60% that will never buy. They don't need it, or they have somebody they know who offers the same service, and Johnny's brothers, sisters, uncles, aunt is going to get that business every time. But we're looking to influence that persuadable band of the 10 to 25%, right? Easy to sell to somebody who's in pain. They're going to find you if they really need to, and easy to sell to somebody if you go and market to them. But that's, call it 5% conversion rate you can expect there.
Yep.
Go for that band that is open to persuasion. And that's why AIDA is so effective, because AIDA is a model of saying, right, I'm going to grab you. I'm going to show you what you need to know and how I can help you with that. And I'm going to tell you what you can do to get hold of me, how we can engage with each other.
Yep.
So yeah, interesting statistics, really. The other thing that I see is, people get disappointed when they're only getting a 5% response. Don't be. That's not abnormal.
Yeah, it is normal. It is normal. And unfortunately, it's disappointing if you've got leads. Like if they're physical leads, like we get that with advertising. Oh, here's 20 leads. You're like, great. Here's 20 people that probably want finance. This is amazing. In reality, you'd be lucky to get 10% of them. So if you've got 2 out of 20, you're actually doing really well. Half of them don't pick up the phone, all sorts of stuff. You would think, and I still, after doing this for over 6 years, think that if someone's gone to the issue or to fill in an application form or do something online saying, I want some finance, that they'd pick up the phone because they actually want finance. The amount of people that just, yeah, sure. I'm over that thought now. Like it's a life-altering thing, getting finance. Like it's a debt, it's an enjoyment, it bridges a gap, but there's a whole lot of stuff that finance can do for people. But even in that, people will fill in leads and so forth and never have the intention of following through with it. So don't expect that your business will be any different.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we just never, reaching 100% conversion is, when I'm working with a client and they say to me, our conversion rate from an inquiry to doing business together is like 90%. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, that is so bad.
Yeah.
That means you're not marketing enough, because you're breaking the model, and the only way you're breaking the model is because they are so highly qualified by the time they get to find you that they either in pain or they've been told by somebody else that you're reliable and trustworthy to work with. So when I see somebody with a 90% conversion rate, the first thing I do is bump up the marketing.
Yeah, and the first time I heard you say that really hit home for me, because the marketing thing has always been a pain point of the fact that I found the wrong audiences all the time. And I was paying money a lot of times to get time wasters or tire kickers. So I'd turn it off, not spend the money, have more time to myself, focus on the clients that do actually want the money. But you're right, like my conversion rates were probably like 85, 90%, because they were already coming to me having found a vehicle, ready to go, and they knew me because they were repeat customers or they were a friend of a friend who referred you. So all the promotional part was done. What's the best lead you can get? A referral, right? Like, here's someone that I've dealt with before. They did this for me. They'll do the same for you. Fantastic. That's a real easy close. But when it's something in the newspaper or an ad on the TV or you're on a billboard, people don't have that same trust, all the rest of it. So, yeah, it's a lot harder to sell from there. So you're right. All right. I'm going to do the advertising. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, no, definitely. And just remember, measure and test, right? Yeah. You've got to know what the results are you're getting. You can't improve numbers you don't know.
No, you
so
can't.
when you start tracking it, and it's great that you can ask someone, where did you hear about us? That's awesome. But there are much better mechanisms you can put in place to measure it. Like, for example, voucher codes or promo codes, things that you can track, or exclusive deals for online, ways that you can track it so that anyone that inquires about this offer has seen that ad, and you start to measure that, and then you can start testing different ideas and tweaking it and seeing how the result changes. But remember, you can't improve numbers you don't know.
That's right. And if you've got $5,000 to spend and you're putting $1,000 into 5 different avenues and you can see that 2 of those avenues aren't working, well, you could pull back that $1,000 and pump it into the other 3 that are working and get huge results from that. So yeah, know your numbers, track it all down. It sounds like I've got a lot more Excel spreadsheets I've got to make. Thanks, Robin.
And yeah, and just remember, hey, marketing is not easy. If it was really that easy, everybody would be acing it. Take the time, invest, get smart about it, measure it, follow this model, attention-grabbing headline, generate a little bit of interest on what is valuable for them, what is of value for them, solve the problem, tell them how you can solve your problem, and then make sure that there's a call to action at the end of it. And that is AIDA, that's marketing. Throw some measuring and testing behind that so that you can track the numbers and improve the numbers, and you've got the makings of a strong campaign. And don't switch it off. Doesn't matter how bad things get. Don't switch it off, because the marketing is the key. It's going to make you come out stronger.
And just on that, before we finish off, if you're going to go to a marketing agency, go to 3, go to 4 and interview them. Ask them how often you're getting reports, how they're reporting, all that sort of stuff. Because if they can't tell you how they're reporting or how often you're getting reports, they're probably not the right one for you. If they're telling you we're going to give you weekly reports and we're checking it daily and these are the stats and stuff we're looking for, maybe it's a good place to start. But make sure that you just go and find the right one to work with. Don't just find someone to work with, because they might not be the right one.
That's a great point. And, the barrier to entry for marketing agencies is quite low, which means a lot of people figure themselves as marketing experts or social media experts. Find the right fit. Find somebody who's willing to grow with you. Fantastic point, Jason. Well done.
Thank you. I need to throw something in there. I've been half asleep listening to you. Not because of you, just I didn't have much to
No,
add.
I didn't take that, mate.
It's not Robin, I promise. No, it was great content. I just didn't, I'm sitting here just listening to all the things that I need to do myself. It's not always nice to hear. Damn you, coaches.
Yeah, but at least it's a simple model that you can follow, right? So just remember AIDA and from the last podcast, TOC, right? You put those two together and you've got the makings of an awesome, awesome marketing campaign.
That's it.
And go forth and conquer.
Yep. So if you haven't listened to episode 20, go back, listen to that one, multiply it with some AIDA, and go out there and take some action.